Okay, before I go unplugging everything, I'm gonna record it. This black SATA cable plugs in to this left SSD. This orange SATA cable in the fourth slot plugs into the right SSD, which is the boot drive. It's important. There's a pin here. This left one goes to this fan. That right fan connector right here goes to the front fan. Oh my god, I almost broke the computer. Okay. Goes to this fan, I believe, and goes up to the top left? Goes somewhere on the fan. It's not the bottom right. Huge jangle of stuff in there. Pull up the power supply unit. Let's see, that connector right there. Where does it go? It goes across here, down there. Something to do with headphone jacks, USB. I think it's addressable USB. No, that's headphone jacks. Okay, that dude goes to headphone jacks. There's the motherboard, the one with the rainbow. That's the motherboard one. Cluster of oranges on the right. Okay. I think that's about it. So I'm gonna unplug all of those. Oh, there's also a power for the CPU. Looks like the CPU power plugs in right there. That's a 4-pin. That'll be important to have. Yeah, that's it, I think. Oh, that rainbow one, I think that's the power button and the power LED, I believe. It's one and the same. Yeah. Oh, there's this thick black cable. Plugs in next to the mother. That becomes the USB. Yeah, that's a USB. So this is the USB cable. Plugs in right next to the power. This RAM and the fan. But those are going to come off for my measurements. So yeah, okay. Should be good. One last quick scan. There's the I/O shield. I don't know if that's important. It's important for the orientation, obviously. And there's a bunch of standoffs and screws. There's 4 screws in the corners. Should line up with these ones on the left. Not sure about the right. That's what I'm going to check. So, the power and RGB thing turns out to be 2 2-pin connectors and 4 singles. No, wait. There's white on gray, like that. And there's orange and white with a white and then green. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Works for me. It'll be fine. Okay, let me unplug this thing. What the hell is this thing? There's no... Oh! Man, that's tough. Okay, I'll get that last probably. I'm drowning myself. Gosh. So all plugged in over there, like it's all screwed in perfectly, so... I'm just gonna start unplugging what I need to unplug on this. One of those is, I think it's just this rack. This cable goes from that thing to the SATA power cable. This cable goes from an identically broken one, I think. Runs into the power supply, okay. Video log of what needs to be worked on. I'll write it down too. Need a longer SATA cable. I want to put all the original parts like that came with the SG13. So mainly black screws and this SD bay. And those black screws, I'll change those out real quick. Back to that case so I could potentially resell it. Very nice case. It was just compact and dusty. I've never taken out that before, but yes, I plan to get a longer SATA cable so I can take the drives, mount them somewhere up there, and then I can tuck away their ugly cables that are powering them. So that will be good, actually. Yeah. Longer SATA cable, so I can take it off the rack, put it up there. Maybe get a smaller rack. Put it up there. I need a 100mm fan on the rear here for rear exhaust. On the top here, I don't know if I'm gonna do the full top or just this section here. I would like to put holes in it like this, and then on the top have a magnetic mesh that will snap into place on top of the case. Potentially could cut out this old floppy disk rack here, put a fan here next to the floppy disk, or I could get a tinier fan. Let me get a tape measure. That'd be a really small fan, like not even a 60. Yeah, less than a 60mm fan. And there I'd have to do quite a bit. Less than 70 actually. 60. I have to cut some metal and put drill holes in there. Actually for this fan, it fits nicely here, but I put dots to indicate where I need to drill holes for it to be able to, go up against this and intake air through that ventilation there. But I mean, it's really just cooling. It turned on. I didn't have a monitor plugged in, but something like that. It's gonna be a while till I play any games. Especially with poor thermals like that. If I'm gonna play any games, I'll probably have this front case off with a fan blowing on it. So that'll be good. But yeah, this is the computer so far. Yeah.